you are all fine. So, guys, the last few days in Australia should actually scare you. Not because of the one terror attack or one unhinged group online, but because of what it reveals about where this country is drifting. When fear is allowed to ferment unchecked, because in the hours after the Mondi attack, when families were grieving and communities were on edge, far right extremists were already inside the encrypted chats talking about kidnapping the Prime Minister. Yes, and sending bombs to Moscow, marching on Likamba, and using violence as a political shortcut. And before anyone dismisses this as a fringe lunacy, understand this clearly, guys. This weren't any random trolls. These were the organized networks linked to rallies, linked to influencers, and also linked to real world mobilization. And that's the part people keep underestimating. Because history shows us this pattern again and again when online rhetoric turns into recruitment, when coded memes turns into the operational planning, and when extremists stop talking about the politics and start talking about logistics, vans, money, targets, force, and someone watching this not just as a commentator but as an Australian origin. I'm going to say something plainly that will make some people uncomfortable. This isn't about the left versus right on immigration debates or even about the free speech anymore. This is about whether a society draws a hard line between dissent and destruction. Because the moment a prime minister's abduction becomes casual conversion, the moment mosques are discussed as legitimate revenge targets, the moment violence is treated as an acceptable political instrument, the system has already failed at an earlier stage. And here is where I take a clear position. Neutrality ends when threats begin, and because pretending these are isolated incidents only helps the most dangerous actors, which hide behind the plausible deniability. And yes, guys, police raids are also necessary. And yes, laws matter. But laws alone don't stop radicalization when grievance, identity, and online echo chambers keep feeding each other. And the uncomfortable truth is that the movements that publicly claim they don't incite the violence but privately tolerate, excuse, or ignore it are still responsible for the ecosystem they create. Because silence is not neutrality, silence is permission. And I don't say this to inflame fear. I say this because ignoring warning signs is how societies sleepwalk into worse outcomes, whether it was Europe decades ago or other democracies that assumed it can't happen here. And if you think this conversation is exaggeration, remember this: every major act of political violence is preceded by people joking about it, normalizing it, and daring authorities to act. And when those jokes escalate into planning, it's already late in the game. So, my message tonight is simple and unapologetic, guys. Australians deserve political debate without intimidation, disagreement without dehumanization, and protest without terror fantasies. And if we can't defend that boundary firmly, then the extremists win without ever needing to act. Because fear itself becomes the weapon, and if I'm wrong, I will gladly admit it. But if I'm right, then talking this seriously now is the only responsible choice, and that's why I'm talking about it. Not to pick a side, but to draw a line. Because democracies don't collapse in one dramatic moment, they erode when people keep telling themselves this is just noise. And with that, I will leave you guys with one question worth sitting with. When threats become normalized, how long before someone decides to turn talk into action? And that's something no law, no algorithm, and no government can afford to ignore, guys. So, guys, if you are watching this as a replay, thank you so much for joining. And also, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this issue and the democracy being broken and the Prime Minister being abducted? So, if you like this breakdown, kindly give it a thumbs up. And also, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And also, subscribe to our channel for such amazing breakdowns. Thank you.